Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Toby.
My name is Heidi.
And today we are talking about our AMA questions from our Patreon members. So this is episode number 33. So what our Patreon is we have our trade alerts, our portfolio, you can see everything. Also, people ask questions like we are about to answer right now. And there's not a lot of places where you can have a help desk. Well, this is kind of people's help desk.
We're trying.
So let's get into it. All right,
Okay.
So the first one, what did Toby do before trading crypto and surfing full time? What did Heidi do? Do you want to go first or me?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll go first. So what I did was I was an Uber and Lyft driver, and I was essentially working 17 hours a day, 7 days a week, constantly putting money into Bitcoin, like everything I had into Bitcoin. It was a pretty difficult lifestyle because I was like literally willing to go homeless before I sold anything. It was difficult, but I hung in there. My friends, a lot of them didn't hang in there because they're like, dude, you never hang out with us anymore. All you do is work. But literally, I was living on the floor with a bunch of other people in the house just to save money on rent, on everything, just to save every little penny. I was literally putting about 90% of my paycheck into Bitcoin at the time. I think it was 2013, early 2013. And so I knew once I read the Bitcoin white paper, Satoshi's white paper, I knew that this was going to change the world. And, when I met Heidi, I'm like, this is going to change the world. Put it all in and go for it. What did you do?
So what I was doing before Bitcoin was, I was working at my dad's sign shop in Indiana. It was fun to work there, obviously, with my dad and my brother. But in terms of real future, I don't know. It wasn't as inspiring for me as anything else could have been. But so I met Toby, and then he inspired me to really think about, life outside of Indiana and traveling. So I moved to Colorado, where I worked at a restaurant. I was a waitress at a pizza place. The pizza was delicious, Chicago-style pizza, square-cut pieces, if you guys know what's up. And anyway, so I was making, like $100 a night, lucky, maybe $150 on a weekend. And I remember the first time I bought Bitcoin, it was my whole paycheck basically putting into Bitcoin because I didn't have any other kind of investment opportunities that I was aware of that was as easily to get into as Bitcoin was.
Your first paycheck bought you a whole Bitcoin, which is good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And so thank you, by the way. Toby introduced me to Bitcoin, by the way.
I think it was $250, right?
It was $230.
$230, okay.
I remember that specifically. I took a screenshot.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's like those memories are like totally solidified the first time you ever bought Bitcoin. I hope everyone remembers that moment.
I told her you're going homeless before you sell that thing.
Yes. Legitimately, our backup plan was to at least have enough money for a one-way ticket to Hawaii, and then we'll just hang out and be homeless in Hawaii waiting for our Bitcoin to appreciate in price. There's warm showers on the beach, there's the ocean. It's pretty warm out. Like, you could probably sleep on the beach. We'd make it work.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not selling the Bitcoin.
Yeah. So basically, that was my life. When I met Toby, he had done trading before with stocks and with precious metals, so he had become accustomed to having more of a digital nomad life where he'd go travel, do these surf trips, make some money where he can, and then come back and work when he needed to. And so when we met, he was like, "Hey, this is how it's going to go. You should try to figure it out." I travel, and I would love for you to travel with me, but I'm not going to necessarily wait around for you to figure it out. So that was a huge motivating factor for me to take this seriously and really go full on how to earn a living online, how to be independent. And so thank you for that. It
You're
changed
welcome.
my freaking life.
Yeah.
But so anyway, yeah, like, for example, the most pivotal trip that I can think of that we did was our trip to Tahiti that we did in 2016 before the bull run in 2017. Bitcoin was going up a little bit, not much. It probably like doubled since I bought it, but it's not enough to, want to sell it basically.
Ethereum was
So I
at,
was
like,
still holding.
$4?
Yeah, we were just accumulating, and I would go home and work, save up as much money as I can, use that to go on a trip with Toby, and then come back home, save up again, and obviously that wasn't very sustainable. So I remember when we went to Tahiti, that's a pretty expensive flight, number one, accommodation. We were staying in a local house with a person, we weren't in a resort, but that in itself was pretty expensive for me as well. So I was going into that trip thinking that was the last time I was ever going to travel internationally. And I really enjoyed the trip because I was sucking up as much as I could in Tahiti, come on, it was so beautiful. And then went home, I started writing for Steem. Heidi Travels is who I was there, and got an incredible amount of support from Steem, traded that right into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that was my nest egg that allowed me to afford to travel more long term, really start thinking about things like second citizenships and renouncement. And it happened very quickly, probably within like 6 months. So we're speaking from experience when we say that, when people think they're too late in Bitcoin or in cryptocurrency in general, it's still a super new asset class. Most people in this world aren't accepting cryptocurrencies as a form of payment, unfortunately. If they were smart, they would. So it's still very new, and there's still a lot of profit to be made. And it can happen very quickly. Even if what you're investing now, you don't think it's very much, it can turn into a huge amount of money, that life-changing money that we've experienced.
Yeah, and now it's much easier to mentally hold and to believe in Bitcoin. I mean, I believed in it a lot back then, and I believe in it just as much as I did now, as I do now. But it was difficult dealing with family and friends thinking I was crazy because literally nobody had heard of it. Mainstream media had never heard of it. All these billionaires pretty much had never heard of it that are getting in now, and being somebody that's on the, right off the beaten path, which was Bitcoin back then, it was tough, and you really have to be what do you call it? Just a
Contrarian?
Contrarian, yeah. I was a big time contrarian. I hate the reason why I got into it because I hated government so much, and I just wanted out of their grasp, of currency, and finally got money, which is Bitcoin, and that's pretty much. I knew that this would happen. I knew that success would happen. I knew that I was really early, like beyond early. I remember looking at, like, opening up, like, I think it was like, I forgot what name of the exchange was, and just going, oh my gosh, there's a whole other
Cryptsy?
World out here. No, it was before Cryptsy.
Oh.
I forgot what it was called. Yeah, there's some random names for these exchanges back then, and just going, oh my gosh, I can buy whatever I want, and like, I can send this coin to another exchange, and I don't even have to really
Ask for permission?
ask anybody. Like, this is great, this is fantastic. And I really missed the early days. There was zero KYC, there wasn't anything, and it was really beautiful. I truly,
really free.
Truly missed those days. The opportunities were endless, and they still are endless, but definitely more clamped down. It's not as fun with the whole world like knowing about it. It's kind of cool just having your own little thing that you're able to tell people, and they have no idea what it's about, but they make fun of you. Like, I love getting made fun of, and like, I love getting bullied and stuff, just because it's just, I know I'm on the right track. So anyways, that was a long little story, but yeah, thanks for joining us, and it's really cool to see this channel grow. I could have never imagined like where this space would have been like when I first started, and this is crazy. Like, it's really great to be able to teach people finally, and have people actually listen to me, because like I tweeted earlier today that there's some people that write me occasionally, and they're like, man, I remember when you were telling us to try to get into Bitcoin at $99 or something. That was the last one. And gosh, it was too, I said it was too, they said it was too complicated, and boy, I wish I could rewind time. So it's like things like that, you know that you're ahead of the game, and I'm constantly ahead of the game. Everything I do in life, you know, like I don't like a lot of competition. So like, for instance, me as a big wave surfer, I don't have a lot of competition in life. And that revolves around surfing, and it also revolves around not only traveling, but also crypto.
But I think what's even more cool than just, you know, having financial freedom in general is that when you can use that to pursue something that you're super passionate about. For you, it's surfing. And when you compare how you're able to surf and travel and get these cool spots and surf these incredible waves compared to other people who, you know, are going the other route, where they're trying to go the sponsored route, where they have to be this place at this time because their sponsor needs them there. They have to post so many photos, a lot of stress, a lot of disappointment, and a lot of pressure for not a lot of money. And that's how a lot of people, unfortunately, are trying to pursue surfing, or, you know, generally any passion that requires money, which for surfing, unless you're surfing your home break and it's right in front of your door and you want to travel, that's gonna cost some. So it's so awesome to see you be so free in where you can go to surf and really hone your skills and get better and better. And whether it's like freaking 75-foot waves or like 15-foot barreling, Kandui, whatever it is, it's pretty cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, you have one life, so you better like take advantage of it as much as possible. Anyways, that's all we have today. Thank you for listening to us. Stay disobedient. Don't follow the sheep. Follow us instead. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.